Abuja train attack, bandit negotiator Mamu nabbed over 2 billion ransom racketeering. Well, this is Nigeria. Everyone doing anything is because he wants to benefit from it. No details on this, but for him to be arrested, for him to be brought back from Egypt and DSS interrogating him, definitely there are some information about his activities that may not be doing well, that may not be good for this country. Well, welcome to the news. If you are new, kindly subscribe. And if you have been there, thank you for your support. And kudos as you like and share my channel. Mamu, he has linked with Egyptian terror group. Security sources, we have him in our custody. DSS release of our loved ones are threatened. These are the comments. And the Abuja train attack bandit negotiation Mamu has been nabbed over 2 billion ransom racketeering. He has linked with Egyptian terror group. Chukru Mamu, the Kaduna-based publisher, was arrested by security operatives in Cairo, Egypt for his alleged involvement in collecting ransom and taking same to terrorists in exchange for kidnapped victims. Daily Trust gathered from reliable security sources. Some of the security sources said beyond his relationship with the insurgents in Nigeria, Mamu was also arrested because of his strong ties with a terror group in Sinai area in Egypt. Sinai Peninsula is the northern eastern extremity of Egypt and adjoins Israel and the Gaza Strip to the east. Like in Nigeria, despite the decrease in the frequency of attack in recent years, militants remain active and pose a serious threat to Egyptian security operatives and other symbols of Sinai. Mamu yesterday denied wrongdoing, saying he was on a legitimate journey to Saudi Arabia. The Kaduna publisher, who was involved in the controversial negotiations that led to the release of several abducted passengers of the March 28 Abuja-Kaduna train attack, was arrested together with his family by operatives of the Department of State Security Service. Shortly after he was repatriated to Nigeria from Egypt, he was arrested and whisked away by the security operatives shortly after the Egypt airline, which returned him from Cairo, touchdown at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport. Family sources said Mamu, who was on his way to Saudi Arabia for Lesser Hajj, was traveling alongside his two wives, Fatima Bashir Mamu and Aisha Salisu Mamu, as well as his eldest son, Faisal Tukur Mamu, and his brother-in-law, Ibrahim Asantinja. Nigerian authorities have been accused of not doing enough to secure the release of kidnapping victims whenever such incidents occur, a development that makes it necessary for desperate families to devise other means, including ransom payment, to liberate their loved ones for fear of being killed. And this is what has brought man into the limelight, as he openly and severally declared that he secured the release of most of the train victims, even though he persistently denied collecting ransom from families of the victims and taking them to the terrorists. The Department of State Security Service has confirmed that he is with them and they are doing the normal investigation to confirm all the allegations and the findings about him. Well, Manu, people see him as somebody that is mediating and negotiating on behalf of the victims. Well, these findings need to be thorough and every detail needs to be made to the public so that we know whether what he has been doing is to his own advantage or to the advantage of the victims, or is working in tandem with the terrorists, because this country, we need to get rid of whatever bad influence that we have in our society. Whoever is aiding and abetting needs to be exposed, and if they are exposed, maybe we'll be able to get to the root of the problem confronting this nation. The negotiator is not the benefactor. It has always been a business venture. No wonder when government failed to secure the release of all these people. Our prayers have been answered gradually. Nigerian people have been praying God to expose the sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. Sheikh Gumi should also be arrested immediately. Muslim terrorists travel to Mecca to enjoy blood money. Political thieves go to Mecca to spend stolen funds. Who are we deceiving? Well, Nigerians have seen who are causing problems for this country now. He is working for the same government. But if indeed he has links with terror groups in Egypt, will the Egyptian authorities have released him to come back to Nigeria? Well, maybe the link is with the Nigerian terrorists. Definitely, if it's with the Egyptian terrorists, they will not release him. My great people, how many days are we staying on the surface of the earth? People support evil and make money. Have we ever have a thinking that you will be alone in your grave to give account of all your deeds while hiding under religious canopy? This is food for thought. This is how God will be exposing people with like minds. They have turned kidnapping into business while their families are working freely in the society. Why was he invisible in Nigeria? He had to get outside the country before he could be nabbed. Nigeria healthy. Definitely there are people that are aiding and abetting him in his activities in this country. They know what they are doing, and this is not anything new. Manu is a terrorist. He collected money in the name of those who abducted passengers, and he could not free all of them. He makes way to fly out of the country after making money from them. As he had left the country, when those left in the hand of the kidnappers will be released if government is not making effort to return him back to the country. Those who are calling for his release should be arrested as well. Mamu has connection with terrorists, including bandits, kidnappers in this country. All the money collected should be returned back immediately and send him to jail if found guilty. We know it was not a racketeering against the North under the guise of impunity. Wow. Well, I do not trust anybody because human beings can do anything because of money. Nigeria, have we seen those causing the problem for our nation? Maybe him and Gumi take the lion's share and give the bandits small money. Those bandits don't look like they have money at all. We have been saying it that those malnourished or kept boys cannot be the one having the money being given to them. Gumi has many questions to answer. Well, what is your take on this Mamu arrest? The first I will ask the government to do is to make sure there is a thorough investigation, and if it's aiding and abetting, all those are involved, no matter how highly placed they are, they should be exposed. They have given this country a bad name enough for people like this not to go to scot-free. If they are found guilty, they should be dealt with. Well, what is your opinion? Kindly make it known and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and be blessed.